What if I told you that you didn't have to fake it till you make it? Would that be something that interests you? If so, stick around for today's video. I'm Elizabeth, I'm the creator of The Whole Point, and I'm a certified hypnotist and peak performance coach, helping people just like you break through performance anxiety and low self-esteem issues so that you can develop that true, long-lasting self-compassion and confidence to go after what you really want and feel amazing doing it. Does that sound good or what? So, fake it till you make it. Guys, raise your hand if you've tried this. I tried to fake it so hard, so many times. I grew up as the quiet, shy girl who was basically a wallflower, and I figured I was just destined to be that way. After many different attempts to see how I could change my personality and my behavior, I got really down on myself over the years for wishing that I was more extroverted and confident. And so I'm here today to share with you 3 tips that have really helped me on my way to finding true, comfortable expression and being able to activate confidence whenever I want. So my number 1 tip is to start by just getting a good grasp on how you view yourself and maybe even on how others view you. And to do this, I suggest doing a brain dump of your attributes or your perceived attributes. So here, I don't want you to edit yourself yet. I want you to just write out who you think you are, what you think your attributes are. So, you know, if you feel shy, if you feel like you're an anxious person, if you feel like you're a funny person or a playful person or, you know, an introvert, extrovert, all those things, you can go Enneagram, Myers-Briggs, human design, whatever you know about yourself, just go ahead and brain dump that on a list. You can also ask friends and family how they see you. This can be a really interesting experiment and feedback as well. Then you're gonna take that list and now we're gonna edit it because we're going to try looking at it through the lens of looking for our strengths. So if you have a lot of more negatively associated items on your list, say that anxiousness, or maybe you view shyness as a negative thing, we can look at those and see, well, what is the positive attribute? Maybe I'm really conscientious, I'm really aware of what's going on, or maybe I'm really intuitive and I'm really empathetic and I can only handle taking in so much information, which is what contributes to those attributes of being shy or anxious. If you need any help with this, you can comment below and I'll help you, because the real meat of this exercise is realizing that sometimes we view ourselves in a very negative lens, and maybe it's because the society that we've grown up in or our family of origin or the media, wherever you've gotten these messages that our attributes are somehow less valuable or less enticing than other attributes. That had definitely been the story for me, where I viewed these extroverted people, these people that were being, you know, the center of attention and loud was the desired attribute. And here I was, a much more quiet person, observant person, and now that's something that I relish in. I relish in my highly sensitive nature, and I see it as a strength. And the more that I've been able to see my strengths, even in things that I used to see as negative, the more that I feel really, really good and comfortable in my expression of who I am. My second tip is going to be around this idea of permission, which is what I really talked about in a recent Instagram reel that I did, I'll link below, which was inspired by listening to this podcast that I will also link below. But permission, right? Who gives us permission to feel confident in what we're doing? You could say it comes externally, but the truth is you give yourself permission based on your perception of the situation. And so realizing that a lot of the missing piece is in just feeling like you have permission to be there, to be who you are, is huge. right? And so I think in that podcast they mentioned, but also a couple years ago, I had read that book, Alter Ego. I can't think of the name of the author right now, but that's something that I've definitely worked on through the years, and it never felt really good to me to create an alter ego. But once I learned about hypnosis and I became certified and started seeing people, I realized that we all have many parts to us, right? We all have many versions of ourselves. The person that I show up to as a ballet teacher is different than the person that I show up as I'm having family dinner, or even as I'm interacting at the grocery store. These are all different versions of myself. And so what I realized is that this shy, quiet, anxious version that I had identified with so long was only strong because I kept playing that version of me more than the other versions of me. So stick with me. There is a confident version inside of you already. There is a version of you that has confidence, whether that's in a hobby that you love to do and you do all of the time, whether that's in a skill that you have and you're really good at, or whether it's just the confidence of knowing that you can tie your shoe. I don't know, I'm just picking something really random here. But you have confidence inside of you, and it's a matter of activating that version of yourself often enough that you get to really build that muscle of confidence. So I really appreciated something that hypnotist Lori Hammond said. I now the exact wording is escaping me. I'll link to it below, but it was something along the lines of anything that you can see in someone else you can have, right? And that comes back to those mirror neurons. But really realizing that you have so much flexibility in how you show up, and that's something that you're already tapping into all of the time. You just might not be consciously aware of how you change your tone, your facial expressions, your body language according to where you are and who you're around. So realizing that you have a confident version of yourself already inside of you, and it's a matter of giving that confident version of yourself more airtime than the shy, anxious, nervous side of yourself. So you want to start practicing and really building that confident part of you. The best way to do this is through hypnosis, in my humble opinion. Also, just inner child work, going back and really taking care of messages that you might have really internalized as a child, and giving that child permission to feel safe, feel loved, feel free to be themselves, and to feel valued for who they are. That's something that you can do now at any age. And lastly is just a really practical tip for anyone who is dealing with social anxiety or wanting to feel more confident around people that you don't know as well, or groups of people. And that is simply that when you're having a conversation with someone, make it all about them. You can take the spotlight off of you, take the pressure off of you, and just continually ask the person that you're talking to questions about them. Ask them what they like to do for fun, and when they answer, don't just say, "Oh, that's cool." Ask them another question like, "Oh wow, how did you get into that?" Or "What do you love most about that?" This tip, I'm telling you, it seems so simple, but it is probably one of the biggest things next to hypnosis that has helped me to feel like I can be confident in any room, because I don't have to come up with something interesting to talk about. I don't even have to be an interesting person. I just have to be interested in the person that I'm talking to. And it makes you like a people magnet, because people love talking to someone who's actually listening to them. So if you like these tips, go ahead and comment below. Know that this is a journey, but that on the other side of this journey, as you continue to build this muscle, it feels so calm and peaceful to know that I can be myself. I don't have to fake it. I don't have to put on a mask or an alter ego. I can be really comfortable in who I am because I appreciate who I am, and I feel really good about who I'm becoming every day. If this is something that you'd like a little help with, I would love to meet you and support you on your journey. You can click the link below to learn more about how you can schedule a free strategy session with me to learn how hypnosis and peak performance coaching can help you build that inner self-compassion, self-trust, and self-confidence to go after whatever you want. So if this video was helpful to you, give it a thumbs up. You can always click the bell for notifications whenever I post a new video. If you're new here, I would love to have you as a subscriber. Introduce yourself in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.